Hey guys, welcome back here to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and hanging with me a little bit. And guys, today I want to have a video talking about why I choose to run an aluminum bass boat with a 150 horsepower motor on it instead of a fiberglass model with a 250 that I ran for years. And it's sort of like, you know, coming back to where I started. It's like I started out in an aluminum bass boat and fished out of a fiberglass one for decades, and finally started using an aluminum about 3 or 4 years ago, which I absolutely love it. And I sort of want to explain to you guys what the situation is with that and why you probably maybe consider running an aluminum rig if you're in the market for a boat, or you don't know what to do, or you're wanting to make a switch. So we're going to get into that in today's episode here. Also, guys, before we get started, a quick reminder, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat. Shoot me a private message, man. Fishing is getting really good here in the Ozarks. I do most of my lessons at Table Rock and Stockton Lake, so you can shoot me a private message there. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's been taking advantage and using my Tackle Warehouse link that's in the description of this video. Tackle Warehouse has got a bunch of big clearance sales going on right now, a bunch of good sales for spring fishing. So if you guys are looking to get stocked up and wanting to help Intuitive Angling at the same time, that link will be in the description of this video, so I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, one of the things, here's one of the big reasons. It's like everybody knows, like, gas prices are going through the roof right now. They're going to continue to do so. Groceries are through the roof. Tackle prices are going up because of those dang tariffs. It's just getting more expensive to go bass fishing. And the typical fully rigged fiberglass bass boat with a 250 horsepower now is about $100,000, which is absolutely insane. You're talking about, you see these guys driving around in BMWs and Porsches and that type of stuff, and you're thinking that, you know, how can they afford to do that? Well, when you see somebody with a fully rigged brand new glass boat, that's the same thing. It's about $100,000. And the average American simply cannot afford it. I mean, if you figure that the average American, you know, average household income is about $70,000, you can see how small of a minority of people that can actually afford those big boats, but a lot of people do it. And one of the problems they get sucked into is they have this unbelievably long financing periods now, sometimes 20, 25 years on a boat. And people get sucked into a money pit of buying these expensive fiberglass boats. And one of the big reasons that I went to an aluminum bass boat, one of the many that I'm going to talk about here, is the fact it's just more affordable. Now, I'm going to take you a walk around my Vexus 1980 aluminum here in a second. But one of the things that I started out with, my first 2 bass boats were aluminum bass boats. I had you guys have heard me talk about it a lot. I had a 16-foot flat bottom with a 9-horse motor on it, aluminum. And my second bass boat was a 16-foot flat bottom with a 50-horse on it. And then I went through that period my entire career where I ran glass boats. And in 2020, I believe it was, I got rid of my glass boat and I bought a used Ranger 198 aluminum boat from Branson, West Marine down in Branson, Missouri. And I fished out of that for a year. And then eventually I wound up a few years later in this Vexus 1980 aluminum that I'm in right now. Now, here's why I run an aluminum bass boat, and here's why some, you know, tips and advice I'll give you guys, you know, to do the same thing. But you have to have the right aluminum bass boat. I'm going to explain that. First of all, with an aluminum boat, the modern hulls on an aluminum boat, like this Vexus I'm going to talk about, the hull design is not like it was in the past with aluminum boats. I mean, before, sorry about the wind, guys. The wind's blowing about 35 miles an hour out there right now. But before, aluminum boats were rough riding mothers. I mean, they beat you to death because most of them had that modified V or flat bottom. And with like the Vexus, it's a V hull coming into a flat bottom. And it's just as smooth as a glass boat. You don't sacrifice any smooth ride to go in this Vexus aluminum whatsoever. That V cuts right through the hull, I'm going to show you. And then on top of that, not only can you run the same type of rough water with it, but I can get that aluminum boat, and this is one of the reasons I love aluminums, is you can get them in so shallow water. I mean, I can get this aluminum boat in half the water depth that a 21-foot fiberglass has, which allows me to access areas that you can't access with any other thing. Another thing with it is a 150 horsepower motor, guys. That thing is just, you talk about does not burn any gas. It's got a 35-gallon tank in that boat. I can run forever on that 150 horsepower. I mean, you know, having 100 horsepower less, it saves me a ton of money in gas. And like I said, that freaking war we're in right now, gas prices are going to get ready to go stupid high here over the next year. So I'm going to be saving a lot of money with that 150 horsepower. And then on top of that, you don't have to have as big a honking truck. You don't need a big 3/4 ton diesel pickup to pull your boat. You can pull it with a little gas powered half ton. So it's cheaper to pull on your boat. You know, it's cheaper to run your boat as far as the gas. It's just cheaper all the way around. And they cost half the price. I mean, you can get into a fully rigged, top of the line, you know, aluminum boat like my Vexus for half the cost of a fiberglass boat, and you don't sacrifice anything. You got just as much storage, you got just as much live wells, everything about it. With that 150 horsepower, depending upon how I got it loaded, you know, my weight, how much gas on it, I'm running in the mid 50s. You know, 55 miles an hour is plenty freaking fast for me. You don't need to be driving 75. All it's going to do is going to increase your chances of getting killed in your boat by 100% and missing a bunch of stuff you see running down the boat. So anyways, let me turn this around here. And also, guys, I'll talk about it. You guys heard me talking about this before, but my boat, we're going to have it for sale late this spring, early this summer. So if anyone is interested in buying this exact boat that I'm in right now, just contact Robbie down at Branson, West Marine. Just tell him you saw my video. He'll get you set up, get you with a good deal on it. And whoever buys it, I'll take you guys out personally in it on Table Rock Lake, and we'll run it around, and I'll show you all everything about running it, and, you know, go through the whole system with it. So let me turn this thing around here. Okay, guys, you heard me talking about how much I love this boat, man. Just take a look at it. The Vexus is almost 19 feet long. It's 18, something like that. I got the 150 horsepower Mercury on it. I got just a fixed transom on it. Pretty dirty now. I've been fishing a lot the last couple of weeks. Got the ladder on it for swimming. Tandem axle trailer, which is really, really nice for pulling down the highway. And then it's got some nice high sides on it that keeps that splash, like you're running in that rough water, keeps the water from splashing on you. But here's the real magic on this hole, guys. See that V-hole right there? That thing cuts through that big water like you wouldn't believe. On top of that, the storage, I had a Skeeter FX20 before. This boat has more storage than that Skeeter I had. Unbelievable amount of storage. It's got a big live well there. It's got this polycoat deck on this one, which is super maintenance free. You can just hose it off anytime. It came stock, the factories, with two 12-inch Explorer 12 units, Humminbird Explorers. That just came from the factory. But I love this boat, man, guys. It runs great in rough water. I could take this boat on the Great Lakes and wouldn't have any problem. I've had it in water up in this particular model in waves up to 4 feet before, no problem. Plus I can float it shallower than any other one there. So, man, I just love this. The main thing, guys, I just want to encourage y'all to consider getting an aluminum boat if you haven't before. Not only, like I said, it's going to be cheaper to buy, it's going to be cheaper to run, it's going to be cheaper to insure. Everything about it is cheaper. And like with the Vexus models out there, you're not giving up nothing. You're not giving up less storage in the boat. You're not giving up any ride as far as a smooth ride. You're not giving up your range as far as you can go. Yeah, you're going to be giving up, 10 miles an hour in speed. So what? What's the big deal? I mean, most of the time in a bass boat, I'm running 25 or 30 miles an hour because I'm looking where I'm going at. I'm looking for shoreline targets, and if you go 70 miles an hour, you miss it. But anyway, guys, if you're looking for one, man, it's a completely different world now than it was, 10 or 15 years ago with aluminum boats as far as the hull technology on them. Highly consider guys getting one. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to get the same model next year. Absolutely love it. They have some aluminums also that are bigger. They have like some models that are over 20 feet. But for me personally, when you talk about getting over 20 foot in even an aluminum boat that has over 200 horsepower, it seems like to me you're defeating the purpose a little bit. I mean, now there's advantages to it, but once you start getting with a big motor and a big boat, you're sacrificing some of the advantages of having a smaller, shorter boat as far as the maneuverability. Another thing about aluminum, real quick, now this is a big deal that a lot of people don't think about. When you're fishing around targets, like between boat docks or around lay down trees or something like that, if you're in a fully rigged 21-foot fiberglass boat, it is a lot harder to stop and start that thing because the momentum of the boat, almost like a battleship, when you want to reverse it, it takes a lot of thrust on that trolling motor to stop the forward momentum of that boat. And with an aluminum boat, it takes half the thrust to turn that boat where it goes backwards. And when you have half the thrust, it doesn't prop wash the area that you're fishing. So I can stop and start that boat around shallow cover twice as fast as you can with a fiberglass rig, which is a really big deal. It's just a lot more maneuverable in general with it. So that's another, one of the many reasons that I like it. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in this boat I got here, I'll take you out on Table Rock on it. Again, call Robbie, Branson, West Marine, and Branson, Missouri. I'll put the link in the description of this video to the dealership if you guys would like to get a hold of him. And I really appreciate it, guys. We'll talk later.